just recording my thoughts. I am kind of mentally spiraling again. Spiraling because it's been thrown in my face again that I just need to learn to become normal. I just need to get out of my comfort zone and be overstimulated and just stop being autistic. It's it's like I know my living situation can't stay the way it is forever, but I can't just become normal. I it's, it's so infuriating because what am I supposed to do? I have to unlearn so many bad habits growing up, while at the same time be around people who are trying to not just reinstill them, but try to reinforce them constantly. Like, one of my biggest problems growing up was that I never really did anything to help with my autism. Like, there were certain things, like, I was just very stubborn about not wearing clothes I find uncomfortable because, that causes overstimulation, sensory issues, and all that. I was very stubborn about not eating foods that I don't like. And, like, simple stuff like that where it's just. But when it comes to, like, deeper stuff, like burnout and trying to, manage things within my control, I always tried to do things that were out of my comfort zone when I really did not want to, even when I knew it would hurt me. Like, I did not want to work at like the art studio I used to work at because it was in a city, and I feel very uncomfortable in cities. Uh, I took on roles that I did not want to. I took on host roles, the teacher role at one point, and they all blew up in my face. They all sucked, and I did a really poor job at all of them because I'm just autistic. I'm not I'm not Sheldon. I'm not the good doctor. I'm not whatever fictional autistic person that my parents think I am. Just because I know how to put garlic powder into ground beef to make hamburgers taste half decent doesn't mean I'm a chef. Doesn't mean I missed my calling. It's it's frustrating because, like, if I show even like the tiniest bit of competence in something, they treat it like it's something I need to have a super special talent in. Otherwise, it's like, why even bother? When really I'm just only adequate or just only okay at a lot of things. I'm only okay at drawing. I only seem good compared to them. It's because they didn't spend time to learn how to draw. Of course I'm going to be better than them. But that doesn't mean I'm like talented. It doesn't mean I'm super great. It doesn't mean I get commissions all day. And because I'm always told that if I'm not good enough at something, it just means I'm not trying hard enough. Even though I'm trying, I'm constantly trying, and yet I'm constantly told to my face by teachers, bosses, my parents, everyone that it's just, oh, you're clearly not trying because you're not even adequate. You're not even doing an okay job. It doesn't matter if I'm like half decent at washing dishes at that time I worked at Jersey Mike's when I'm bad at everything else. But because I'm halfway decent at doing that one thing, it makes it look like I'm not even trying with any other thing. But I am. It doesn't help when I'm experiencing a mental shutdown or demand avoidance or executive dysfunction when to everyone, even if they know I'm autistic, even if they know that I'm not normal, it just looks bad. Like, and how am I supposed to argue that? Like objectively, I'm doing a bad job. Like, there's no long or short of it. It doesn't matter what the reasoning is. It's still a bad job. Like how I'm supposed to like argue that like, oh yeah, it's still a bad job, but I have a good reason for it, and like no one cares. Which is why I'm so harsh with myself with art, because it's like the one thing I'm trying to become a professional in, to tell my stories, to tell the stories I want to tell, and it's just oh no, 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 not trying hard enough. Internally speaking, I'm not trying hard enough. It's clear that I'm not trying hard enough. And then I develop bad habits because I'm scared of actually learning how to correct my old bad habits, because no, that's not the issue. I'm just not trying hard enough. Like, there's a lot of fundamentals I'm just bad at because I just never practiced them. Because I wasn't good at it straight from the start. I'm halfway drawing like faces and okay at drawing bodies, so why am I just not already good at drawing backgrounds? I know I need to take my time, but it's being constantly rubbed in my face that like I'm taking too long, or I should already be good at it already, or maybe I should just do something else. When those things clearly would not work. I can't even just like put spices into a ramen without being just whispered behind my back, "Oh, you missed your calling." It's like, and when I call him out, it's like, "Oh, it's just sarcasm." It was like, I don't care if it's sarcasm. I clearly know what you mean. I I have to unlearn so many bad habits. Talking down to myself, not giving myself wiggle room, not giving myself the chance to learn anymore. And every single time I try, I feel like it's just yet another reminder why I am not normal, and how I'm never allowed to feel okay with that. And it's just frustrating. It's like I know I am a financial burden, but like just stop. Like this downward spiral starts where it's like I don't like going to Thanksgiving. I find it very overstimulating. I don't like talking to my relatives. I don't like the experience, and it's just I just don't like it. I just hate it. I hate it a lot. But I they slightly implied that, oh, so you can't live like this forever. You're not going to always be living here. You know that, right? It's not in direct relation of making me go to Thanksgiving, but they were said right next to each other, and it's like, am I just supposed to now just be burnt out? They think just putting me out of my comfort zone is just what's going to make me normal. Oh, try this new food. It's going to make you normal. Just be normal already. I have to explain a lot in terms of what autism symptoms even are, even though my parents should already know that. I stopped at trying to explain them, explain what my symptoms are like, probably like a year and a half ago, because I realized that like, why don't they know this? I used to have a lot of meltdowns as a kid, and the only reason why I don't have them now is because I don't put myself in those situations anymore. It was literally a part of my accommodations at school to allow me just to leave the classroom. Like, you can't do that during work. You just think, just like, oh, you're an adult now. You have to be normal now. And it's like, yeah, life would be easier if I could just be normal. It would be great to be able to look like I'm listening to someone and be able to listen to them at the same time. It would be great if I can actually understand people sometimes. It'll be great if my reading comprehension was better. It would be better if, you know, if I wasn't wearing comfortable clothes, I would just have a fucking panic. It would be better if I, like, had the confidence to drive. If it would be better if I could just, be normal. Everything would be a lot easier if I could just do that. But no, like, it's no, you're just clearly not trying hard enough. You're not trying hard enough. One thing I'm worried about is October of next year, because that's when Windows 10s stop being supported, and I don't have money for a new computer yet. So I need to work on my new commission sheet to try to promote that. Whatever. Try to do something. If I was earning money, this would be a completely different tune. But no, like, life is bad. It sucks. And this is not like. Like. Everything just sucks. Everyone is in a bad situation. Like, I wish if I was just normal, I could just complain like everyone else. Like, oh, doesn't the economy suck? And I'm like, yeah, it sucks, but even if it didn't suck, it would still suck for someone like me. It would suck less, but. I know it's like a thing with autism that you need like guilt-free rest to get out of burnout properly. And even if I do manage to do that, like, I can't risk resting for long, because what happens if they just tell me, oh, I'm not trying hard enough, or if I don't have commissions to show them that I did, I'm clearly not trying hard enough. So I just immediately always almost burn myself out, like, constantly. And even if I do try to rest while burnt out, it's just constant nagging in the back of my skull. It's like, oh, you're just wasting time. You're just wasting time. You're just going to die on the streets. That's just what's going to happen eventually. You know it. You know it's going to happen. And no one's going to care. I don't know. Like, I just want to be sustainable. I just want to be able to not be in a constant state of panic. If I do have to rely on someone for a lot of things, I don't want it to be like just something weighing them down. I don't want to live here either. I if you told, like, high school me that I would still be here for like almost another 10 years, I don't think I would have been able to emotionally handle that. I really don't want to go to Thanksgiving. I wish that holiday just never existed, personally.